All right. Welcome to CrossTalk FM, where we explore cross-cultural topics and language tips. I'm Andrea.
Hi, I'm Tomoya. So today's topic is a little difficult because we're going to talk about elections.
Okay. It is difficult.
Yes. Do you like voting, Andrea-san?
I hate voting. but, you know, as an American, we feel that it's our duty to vote. We feel like a sense of obligation to vote. So that's a little different than Japanese people, I think.
Yes. So I try to vote whenever it happened.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good for you.
Yes.
You should vote.
I should vote.
Yeah, everyone should vote.
Yes. Okay, the reason why we're going to talk about this topic is in 2024,
This year?
more people than ever are expected to vote in elections around the world.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
So this is because many important elections are happening in different countries.
Okay, so not just the USA.
Not only USA. We'll be looking in the president elections in Taiwan, Russia, and of course the United States, as well as pivotal votes in Indonesia and Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you know what's going on in those countries.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested because I read the newspaper not every day, but almost every day. But I haven't seen a lot about elections in other countries except for Taiwan and the USA.
Yeah.
Taiwan just elected someone.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on in those other countries you mentioned.
Yes. So after this year, you know, the world situation will be changed.
Yes.
You know, the issue of the Ukraine and problems in Gaza.
Yes.
And of course, the, tension between the US and China.
Yes. Right. So depending on who is elected into office, these issues could change very drastically.
Yes.
Okay. I imagine that, and many people are saying the same thing. If, for example, Trump is reelected president of the USA, that support for Ukraine and support for Israel will end.
Yeah, that's what I have heard.
Yeah, and you can expect that given
Yes.
given Trump's track record. Yeah.
What I don't know the exact rules about a U.S. election, but
Okay.
he can't join the race in some of the area in the U.S., right? Is that
Some states have disqualified him from running for presidency in those states, meaning that they don't recognize that he's the Republican candidate. They won't recognize that he's one of the candidates. But I'm not sure how that's going to play out, to be honest. I don't know if that's legal or I don't know how that's going to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the system in the United States for elections are a little complicated for outsider,
It's complicated for Americans, too.
So I'm just curious about the system of election in the United States. Can you share how it works?
Basically, for national things like, choosing a president, and then how some people are used, how some people are elected. Not only the president, we get to choose other things also. Basically, each state is in charge of how they handle their own elections. So a voter, a person has to register. We have to send a registration to the state that we want to vote in, the state that we live in. And then we vote to that state. However, in America, there's two systems of voting. One is the unofficial system, and that's called a popular vote. That's our actual vote. Okay, so let's say we have a presidential election. We have Trump and Biden. If I vote for Biden, my actual vote is counted as 1 point for Biden. If you vote for Trump, for example, then your vote would count for 1 point for Trump. That's not how the president is elected, however. We have kind of representatives that choose the president for us. So even though we might vote for Biden, the representative, the Daihosha, chooses Trump, then my vote counts for Trump, even though I actually want Biden. That's a very simplistic way to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where my votes will go if I could vote it?
Well, your votes go to the election office, and then they're counted there. So, for example, to give an example of how the system doesn't work, in the election between Trump and, was it Hillary Clinton?
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton, I think, won the popular vote. Everyone wanted her, actually, for president. But the representatives chose Trump, and so he became our president the first time. Mm-hmm. So that's how sometimes you can see the difference in the two systems. So the official vote, the one that actually chooses the president, is the representative system.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
very complicated.
It is complicated.
It's very complicated.
Yes.
And that's a very simplistic explanation.
Okay. So it's a little different from Japanese voting system, right?
Probably. I'm not allowed to vote in Japan. I'm not a Japanese citizen, so I hear how it is, but I don't actually know. In Japan, your actual vote is counted, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's a little difficult to explain this in other language.
Yeah, it is. All of these are very complicated issues.
Yes.
Yeah. One thing I noticed that's different between Japan and USA is not everyone, but more American people tend to vote compared to Japanese people. We have a higher awareness of the importance of voting, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
You vote. You said you vote, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't bother here.
Right.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe they reluctant to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
They just don't see the point, or they're kind of lazy, or
I think people didn't see merits
okay
from voting.
Okay.
I guess.
That's very interesting. That's also very different. I think Americans feel like, as a normal citizen, that's one of the only ways that we can change anything about our country is through voting. It has not a lot of power, but it has some power.
Right.
Yeah.
And for younger generation, like my age, we don't have a much population than older people.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So even, most of our generation, younger generation, votes for the election, we might have no chance to win against a major population, which is over 60.
Yeah, over 60, over 65. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's kind of the same in America. Most of our representatives and most, the presidents and the presidential candidates tend to be elderly. But I really feel like my personal opinion is that we need younger people to be leading our country.
Yes.
And we need people who understand technology.
Yes.
And who can do very good diplomatic relations with other countries.
So, Andrea-san, I have a question.
Sure.
Related to elections.
Okay.
Voting.
Okay.
There's a party have single issue that brings a huge impact on elections in Japan several years ago.
Okay. So like in America, that'd be something like gun control or abortion.
That's correct.
What was the issue in Japan that had a big impact?
This party had issue for NHK をぶっ壊す.
Actually, though, it's kind of important.
So
it's not life or death like the American issues, but still, it's important.
Yes. I heard many people say one issue, one issue, one issue. You know, this party have one issue.
Okay, well they do, right? That was was that the name of the party?
Sorry?
NHK Bukuwasu.
That is a party.
That was the great name of the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but
that's pretty funny.
One issue was actually waseego.
Waseego?
Yes.
Really?
That's what I have seen on the internet. But in English, there's a name for this. It's single issue.
Single issue, yeah. Yeah, single issue. Okay, which means the same as one issue.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you could create a new and fun political party, what would it be?
Wow. I don't know because I'm not like a super political person and I don't have just one issue actually.
But you have to pick one to make a strong party that everyone wanted to support.
See, that's the thing. Like Americans don't want to support all one thing. So that'd be really hard. I mean, we kind of have parties that encompass most of the major issues. I think right now, from my point of view, one of the biggest issues is gun control.
Okay.
But there's not one party, there's not a party that encompasses only that issue. It's, like the liberal, the Democratic Party encompasses that, plus, hundreds of other issues. I don't know. I don't know what I would call it because I'm not really a strongly political person.
Me neither. It's just a fun and engaging question.
Yeah, like I'm not super eco, I'm not super green. I think I'm normal. I try to be a good person, but I'm not like gung-ho into green activism. I'm not like gung-ho about anything. So I don't know. I don't know what my party would be. Nice try.
Yeah, I don't know what my single issue party would be.
If it could be anything, like maybe like rescue all the dogs. Dog rescue party.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know.